Hey friends, how are you? I just wanted to put out this video just to tell you all that I'm doing okay. I really am. And I'm really flattered at the amount of people that have reached out to me through Instagram actually, which is people that I had no idea watched my videos. Were just like, oh hey man, like I watch your videos, you okay? I saw you're really upset about Luna, and loads of people. And I was like, wow, I didn't have no idea you even watch my videos. So that's really lovely. Thank you so much. And I know my mum has been super worried about me, and obviously I didn't realize that everyone cared so much. But like, yeah, that video that I released, when it was emotional. I cried like loads when I watched it, and obviously a lot of people felt that was it was an emotional video. And I felt like I really needed to release that emotion, and get it out. And it was really good. It was really healthy, actually. It was really, really wonderful. But I'm not, moping about, actually kind of thriving. I'm doing really, really well. And I just wanted to let everyone know that I'm good. I'm actually really, really good. I always seem to thrive in the absence of Lou, and it's certainly not a criticism of Lou at all. It's just, I've mentioned it before, we have this weird, like, codependent comfort bubble where we just become quite insular. And then as soon as Lou goes, like, my friends seem to reappear. Like, I had this wonderful night last night where, like, Eleanor, Katie, and Benji was here, and we played, like, Risk Europe, which is a bit geeky, but it was actually really fun. And we also played this game called Pictures, which is so creative and fun. You've got to like recreate these pictures with these little tools, like one is a shoelace and one is like some sticks, and it was so much fun. I had a great time. And also, yeah, I've just been cracking on with stuff that I've been procrastinating about, and the last couple of weeks have been really difficult but also beautiful at the same time. Bittersweet would be a great way to describe it. I made that whole video about the last time, and I really did. I was so present, but like, when I made that video, it was like there was a week to go, and then the closer it got to like the impending deadline of departure was so much harder than when I first made that video, and it got really emotional. But again, it was things that needed to happen, But I just wanted to say I'm all good. Thank you so much for caring about me, really, and being interested in my story. I really like sharing my story on this platform. What I'm really grateful for, in fact, is the fact that I've cultivated such an attitude of gratitude through journaling. Actually, like this is my journal, and this is actually a new one because I've got like maybe 4 of these now. I've like go through like one every 6 months. But I woke up the other day, and it was so crazy because I woke up immediately and thought of all the things that I was grateful for. I could even read it out to you if you want. I mean, maybe I could always edit it out if it's a bit personal. 5th of August, it's 8:20, and I'm here. I'm here in my standing frame. I do all my meditation and journaling in my standing frame. Did some stretching in bed, ran through a huge gratitude list. I feel surprisingly good. I'm grateful for Frank. I have neglected him since we got Luna, and he seems to be quite cuddly and warm lately, and we had a lovely nap together yesterday, which was excellent. What a little dude. Grateful for the emotions I felt yesterday. It was necessary to feel them, and it was so awesome to spend such quality time with Lou and Luna. I was also really grateful that it didn't rain, so I got to play that last game of Fetch, because it was meant to rain, and it rained loads in the afternoon. I was just loving it. She said it was nice to see me so present, and I was no longer distracted by my device or thoughts or nonsense. I was finally present with her, looking into her eyes, loving her, playing music together, all the things she wanted from me. We learned from our mistakes, and they are lessons. I'm grateful for them. I'm grateful for how I feel today. The absence of Lou has provided a space for a new routine, a new start. Of course, I could have done all this while she was here, idiot. But I feel refreshed in a way, like I'm free to start again. Of course, there will be waves of terrible sadness wash over me, but I'm remembering how much I do seem to thrive without Lou. I do seem to fall inward with Lou around, and it's like I have permission to be myself now, even though I always did. I'm grateful to feel this way. It seems to reaffirm the decision was the right one. The absence of Luna is obviously painful, but even that is freeing in a way. I must make the most of this opportunity to see it as a gift. I'm grateful for this mindset, so grateful. The first thing I thought of this morning was things I'm grateful for, and there are always so many. Thank you. This was not the journal entry I had expected to write this morning. I'm truly grateful for the growth I have gone through to get to this place. So that was my journal entry, and I just wanted to say that, like, through journaling, in fact, it's really cultivated this attitude of gratitude. So every day I write in my journal, I try and focus on all the things that I'm grateful for, and it seems to like reinforce this habit of just like looking for things to be grateful for, like every day. Like, I mean, it's a recurring theme on this channel. I always talk about it. Like, you know, if I bang my hand on the door, I'm like, oh wow, I'm glad that didn't hurt any more than it did, because that would have sucked, you know, like, or just so many, I don't know, so many opportunities to be grateful for. Like, my friend reached out to me last night, and he's got into journaling. So he mentioned to me that he was finding it hard to find things to be grateful for, and because he's going through a bit of a rough time at the moment. I won't bring up his personal business, but I just said, hey man, like, gratitude is like a really easy emotion to invoke, because the way you can do it is just think of terrible things that haven't happened to you. For example, if Lou and Luna had gone off in the car and suffered some awful, terrible car accident and they both died, I'd be inconsolable. I wouldn't have got to say goodbye to them. You know, I would just be, and imagine if I could transform myself to get to this moment right now where they're happy and safe in Wales. And Lou messaged me saying that she's so happy. She'd been longing to go back for so long, and she feels at home. And she's really, you know, she's sending me pictures of Luna and her brother and in the Welsh mountains. And I'm so happy that they're lovely and safe. And I got to spend some quality time with them before they left. And I'm so grateful for that, because a lot of people don't get to say goodbye to their pets, you know, or family members. And that's, you know, so by imagining terrible things that haven't happened is such an easy way to invoke gratitude. And another thing that I'm always grateful for, it's really because I used to wake up in pain every day, like from my surgery in my back, and every day I wake up in pain. I'm like, oh man, I'm not in pain today. Like, my legs are a bit spazzy, but like, I'm not in like debilitating pain. I'm not like on lots of pain meds. And anyway, I'm banging on it. You get the idea. Like, cultivating this attitude of gratitude is really helping me move forward with my life in a really positive way. But I don't want to neglect the waves of sadness that come. So, for example, I came back yesterday. I was like, right, I've been meaning to go down to Tonon and do this admin thing, and then as soon as I got back, I was like, oh, I'm gonna have poached eggs. And I was like, oh, there's no one to have poached eggs with, because that's like something that me and Lou used to do, like have poached eggs together. And then there was no Luna. That's the mix. When I come around this corner and I look in, she's always like on the couch, like, all right, Dad, you know, welcome home. And I was like, oh. And then this huge wave of sadness come over me. And I even had this moment where I was sweet, like, one of my little pet peeves is like how much Luna molts. She doesn't molt immensely, but you know, I'm sweeping the floor. I'm like constantly like trying to get the dog hair off the floor. And I had this horrible moment yesterday where I was just like, I'm just sweeping all the dog hair off the floor. And as I'm cleaning up, I'm thinking that there was a time where I'd be like, oh man, if I could just get all the dog hair off the floor, that'd be amazing, because it's always annoyed me. Dog hair on the sofa, you know, dog hair on the bed, dog hair on my clothes. And it's like this bittersweet thing of like, the hair that I clean up off the floor, it's not going to be replaced with any other dog hair. Just, oh fuck, I'm sorry. Just be careful what you wish for, you know? If only all the dog hair would go away. I'm just being really emotional today, but I will miss the dog hair. I will miss the dog hair. So that was a really sad moment for me. And I do get like really sad, like waves of sadness, but generally I'm doing okay, man. I really am. I just wanted to let you guys know that. I also have a few little funny anecdotes that happened to me recently. So I went for my last bike ride with Luna down by the lake, and I was like, oh, this is probably the last time I'll go with Luna in the lake. And I got my bike out the car, and there was a bit on the bike that had broken. So there used to be buttons here, but now there is just things here. I can push them and make it work, but essentially it's kind of broken. But I'm really grateful that this whole thing didn't come off. Whatever made the other bit come off, because it used to sit here in a little plastic casing, didn't actually break off completely. So I'm very grateful for that. But essentially it is kind of broken, but not broken. That's devastating, but I'm like, I can't let this get to me because I can't ruin the moment with Luna. And I was just like, oh, okay, well, you know, it's just like, you know, when you're having a bad day, and you can imagine if like God was just like flicking you in the dick. So, and then another thing happened. So I went for my last bike ride in the Duresh with Luna, and I was like, oh, you know, like, and it was really emotional, man. I was just like seeing Luna running along next to me. It was like a scene in a movie where I was like, oh, the next time I'm cycling here, she's not going to be there. Like, this is the fucking last time. And I was getting emotional now thinking about it, but I was just like, this is the last time. And I remember bumping into my friend and like putting on my sunglasses, and I was like, I've got to go, mate, I've got an appointment. And I bumped into, he came around yesterday, in fact, and he was like, it's all right, man. Like, we could see that you were crying. We know like about Lou. And I was like, oh, really? But yeah, I was bawling my eyes out, man. I was so emotional. Anyway, my point is, got back to the car, and I'd lost, you know, like my AirPods, they go in a little case, and I'd lost the case, and I was like, you're kidding me. That is such, again, a flick to the dick. And I was like, kick me while I'm down, why don't you? I was so bummed. I was like, ah. But I was like, what can I do? I'm here with Luna. I'm loving it. I just have to accept that that's a thing that happened. And then another thing happened, which was really funny in hindsight again. And I was just there with Luna, and I was, you know, it was raining, but I was like sort of under the awning a little bit, playing fetch with her. And I noticed this like patch of wetness on my joggers, and I was just like, oh well. It's probably like Luna's head, it's raining, or like the ball. And then I was like, what is that? And then I realized that I've still got the Foley catheter in, and it had bloody come loose, and like I was just basically just pissing all over myself and all over my seat cushion from the tube that had disconnected from the bag. And I was like, oh, you are kidding me, man, really? I was like, are you flick to the dick? And I was like, this is so. And but I was like, what am I going to do? Get mad? Like, I'm here with Luna. Like, in the whole grand scheme of things, this isn't that big a deal. Like, something that would normally like have the power to really take away my inner peace. Anyway, I cleaned myself up, and luckily I got a spare seat cushion, washed the seat cushion cover and stuff, and I was like, still smells of wee. Fuck. Anyway, you know, these things are just like normal things that happen, but I don't know, I think everything's just taught me to be really present and to be grateful. Like, even if you covered in piss or you've lost, I actually ended up finding my AirPods case down a crack in the car. They'd fallen out in the car, and I was like, oh, thanks so much. Like, they're bloody expensive to replace. So I was like, awesome. Anyway, I'm banging on now, but I just wanted to let you guys know that I've been really grateful. I'm grateful for my attitude of gratitude. I can highly recommend journaling and doing it yourself, and it's a really wonderful tool to keep you on the right track. I'm doing all right. Thanks so much. So that's about it. This is just for the people that reached out, and the subscribers and people that watch my videos that genuinely seem to really care about me. So thank you. Bloody thank you so much, man. Thank you. That's so awesome. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.